kind of exciting. I would have friends come in and tell me, oh, well, you see, put this character here and this character here, and it was really helpful, and I would do it if I could. So you can notice there's actually, like I said, Dr. Bowling is in here several times. There's a couple people who make it in some other times. I found out that cheese made an appearance. I'm from Wisconsin, so I love cheese, so that made a thing. And one thing that is very personal for me is in each piece there's a person with Cornelia-de-Lange syndrome, which is what most of my brothers have. So I feel like a lot of times in our work and like big crowds of people, even people with disabilities are a matter, and so I really want this to connect with everybody. You can find everyone in here. So that's pretty much about that. I just especially want to thank my friends and my professors for all of their support and encouragement throughout this series and throughout my 4 years here. It was amazing, and especially from parents and family who really encouraged me to become an art major.
Are you planning on maybe perhaps continuing this theme? Like, do you have like any more ideas that sort of you're just like,
Actually, I do.
yes,
Yeah.
you should.
I have a couple people
You
who keep
should.
telling me things, and that just keeps the wheels turning. And I would like to keep going with that, maybe even making it to a book.
That would be awesome. I would buy that book.
There are hundreds of fandoms and such. Are you a part of each fandom, or did you just pull from characters?
Most of them I am. This one I started, well, pretty much all of them in the two smaller ones. I did pull from a couple different ones in here, but for the most part it was stuff that I knew I could share with and other people would understand.
Do you have a spotter's guide? Because I keep looking at pictures. I should know this.
That was the thing. I had a couple people said that I should do kind of like a checklist of finding people, and I did consider that very hardcore. But I decided it's more of a thing like you just kind of come back to it and try and find as many as you can. You know, nothing too serious. You just have to look for it yourself. Sorry.
Is there a moose in there?
Oh, Bullwinkle. Yeah, there's I forgot.
Is the X from X-Men?
No, it's from Indiana Jones and Last Crusade.
Okay. That was my second guess. Is that why he's like sort of pointing?
Yeah, that's why.
Okay.
Yeah, he finds that X marks the spot. I'll be happy to tell you stuff about it, but just look for it first.
Did you have a favorite character that you liked putting into your work, or to?
That was kind of fun to put Dr. Bowling in. No one too specific, just excited to work on each piece. Most of them have very different characters, so that's kind of why I want to continue on and be able to keep going and see how far I can stretch this.
I'm really fascinated at all the characters in there, but I have something in mind that I think would be really beautiful that you could try, a family tree. And then tell your dad he can get in touch with me. No, I think I'd love to see you do something like that. It's not creative. It'd be beautiful.
I know, there's just so many different things. I feel like I just scratched the surface.
Hey.
Hi.
So, why did you choose to go this route with your work? Like, why did you decide to do where like people had to find
I know I mentioned so like.
Well, for about a year and a half, I had a completely different idea for my senior show. It was very much more fine arts, I guess. But I saw a piece that a friend shared online, and it really inspired me to, you know, I can do that, and I can do it so that my friends and I can appreciate it. And just from there, it kind of came into its own, I guess. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. I just want to say thank you for everyone who was here tonight. It really means a lot to see all you people here. I want to say thanks to my professors who have just encouraged me over the past 4 years to just what I've been doing. Thanks to my friends for dealing with me and all my craziness. They laugh. Thanks to my parents for just always encouraging me to do something that I've always loved. So, it's on to my work. I guess, okay, this time last year I had a completely different idea for my senior show. And I was kind of like trying to do it, I just wasn't really feeling it, and it was just, I wasn't comfortable with it. And so where I kind of got my idea is like a lot of times me and my friends, what we like to do is kind of just like get in our car and just drive and not really have like destination where we're going. And we end up finding these like really cool places of like broken down bridges, like beaches, and like old broken down trucks. So I kind of got like idea from that. I like noticed that like my images all kind of had this like mysterious thing, and so I kind of came to like the unknown. I'm not really sure where it came from. I don't know like who gave me the idea, but I just like, it kind of had that feeling. And so I was trying to feel like, okay, like why do I want to call it the unknown? Like why am I taking pictures like this? And I realized that it was kind of like related to like where I am in my life right now. Like I know a lot of you in here are kind of at that place where you're like, well, what do we do next? Like, and like everybody comes to like faces that in their life. And so that's where I got it. And then I kind of like realized that like there's so many like nights I like lay awake at night, like trying to like, oh my gosh, what am I doing after graduation? I need to get a job. Like where am I gonna live? Like what am I gonna do? And I was like so terrified. But then like I would go on these adventures and I'd be excited to like go on these like adventures. It's just like to find like all these like unique places and make memories with our friends. And so I guess what I kind of wanted to like get from my piece is that like I think we just need to like stop being so afraid of like the unknown and like what's out there, because like yeah, like you know, like God created this like path for us that we like attempt to like stay on and follow, and you know, like it's not gonna be easy. There may be like snow up to my knees, and there might be this muddy like dirt road that I'm trying to like I don't know I'm gonna get out of, but like in the end it, like you get these like beautiful images. And so I just like, so even though it's like scary that we don't know what's gonna happen next, like and it won't be easy to get there, we should be excited and like know that like whatever like the future God has meant for us is like a beautiful thing. So that was kind of the general of my show. Any questions? Yes.
What is photography on canvas like a normal thing? Like I don't think I've seen that before. Is that just an aesthetic choice that you made, or?
Yeah, I've always thought canvas was really cool, and I've never like fully printed on canvas. So I just kind of wanted to try it out, and like when I got my first one back, I like fell in love with it. And so I think I've always loved canvas because like, it kind of looks like you can like crawl into the picture and like you're there. And that was kind of another like thing that I wanted people to feel when they looked at my pictures. Yes.
Did you initially plan on trying to keep, having a cohesive color palette, or did that like eventually happen when you looked at like all the pictures you took? Did you like?
I think so. The first few, I noticed that we're having like kind of like similar like color themes, so I kind of like kept with it. Most of them, I kind of got ideas from the app Afterlight, and then I went to Lightroom and kind of created my own, because you can create your own filters in Lightroom. So that's how I kind of got them. And so yeah, I was kind of trying to keep the same feel with all of them. Anyone else?
Do you do like media, like do you do like paintings, or is like photography like your favorite, your main source?
I'm not a very good drawer. I want to say as a art major, But I've kind of gotten into graphics a little bit over the past year and doing stuff like that. But mainly photography is what I like to do. So. Yes.
Kasey, as your father, I've seen a lot of your work and your patience and the interest you have in exploring things, but I had not seen these final results of these pictures and everything she's put up. I saw them, and I want to tell you, you have no idea how incredible you are at the titles to each of these pieces of works of our art fits it. And how you came up with it, I don't know. Don't underestimate your ability.
Any last
Well, thanks again for the family, for friends and professors that came out. We do have 2 other artists up in the planetarium, so they'll be giving their talk. Sue Lynn came down for this one. She's one. But feel free to head up there and finish off all their food and come hear their talk at 7:30. All right, thank you.